It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
Through 3 and 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the NOFSRL Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
The action is back. After a week off, the Scots National Series has returned. Race number 3 of season number 2 brings us to the California Speedway in Fontana, California for this, the second edition of the Stater Brothers 300. It's going to be a good race here on the 2-mile, 14-degree banked trioval track with Quentin Moore and Madison Tull leading us to the green flag. Will we see a new winner, or will either Juan Rodriguez or Joshua Harrison repeat? We'll just have to see what happens here at Auto Club Speedway. Let's go down track side, we'll get your starting lineup, your Buggies race report, and we'll get this pace lap started. And the engines fire here at Auto Club. 42 gonna roll off here. Quentin Moore on the front row alongside Madison Tull, the 99. In row number 2, we find the 84 of Igor Barretto alongside the 08 of Jordan Lopez. In row 3, we find the 20 of Winnie Calhoun alongside the other Haas car, that is Louis Zankala in the 19. In row number 4, we find Landon Smith Jr. alongside the 83 of Keith Kent. Rounding out the top 10 in row number 5, Eric Olson, the 78, alongside the 0 of Ethan Farley. We'll take a look down the rest of the field as they come down the back straightaway. Race 1 winner, Juan Rodriguez, starting there on the outside of the 22 of Nick Martin. No, it's the 36 of Derek Hamill. I apologize. Derek Hamill starting on the inside of race 1 winner Juan Rodriguez. He's coming in with a good shot. He would be coming in with a good shot at getting this race victory if he qualified further towards the front. It says he qualified in the back. It's going to be extremely difficult here at Auto Club. The same can be said for Joshua Harrison. I think we're going to see a new winner here in the Scots National Series. Will it be someone from races past in the last season? Will it be a first-timer? We'll just have to see what happens. Pace cars down on the pit road. And the Stater Brothers 300 gets the green flag. We're racing in Fontana, California. Back to the line, it was Quentin Moore leading that lap ahead of Madison Tull, the 84 of Igor Barretto, the 08 Jordan Lopez, and the 19 of Louis Zankala as the field is flying apart behind. Like Harrison got together with a couple, DJ Reed, Mike Cook, and Zachary Fitzwater also slow. But does that bring out the caution? No, it does not. So the field still under green flag condition here at Auto Club. On to lap number 3, Quentin Moore is searching for his first career Scots National Series victory. Has come close a few times, but has not won yet in this series. Could that change tonight? He started on the pole and he's still up front leading this thing. Obviously expecting a pit cycle around midway through this race. We tweaked the GNS portion of this so we can have varying pit strategy, of course. We didn't want it to be at the end in case this race goes green all the way, and didn't want the pit cycle to end up ruining the race, so it'll be around lap 15 or 14 to 18, I think would be a safe range. Meantime, as things are calming down only marginally up front, look in the back here. Goodness gracious. Four wide back there. Fitzy on the inside, I believe that is. Nope, check that. It's the 97 of Casey Dean, who's working his way up on the inside there of the 08 of John Andrews, with a mirror full of Declan Wellington Turner. Turner, who almost won Homestead, is having a decent start to the season with that EL Racing 11 team. His teammate Jackson Harrison inside the top 10 points, as wide goes Ethan Farley in the 0. They'll keep it off the wall and they'll keep going. Meantime, let's check back in up front. Quentin Moore stretching away from Madison Toll, who won at Chicagoland to close out season number 1 of the Scots National Series, back for another season there with that NS Racing team in the 99. Here also in the first custom season of the Scots National Series. So NS Racing coming on board with Madison Tull, Caleb Rose in the 98, and Casey Dean, of course, in the 97. We saw him earlier making moves on the inside of 4 wide. But it's still Quentin Moore for Ryan Benjamin Racing leading this thing in the 88. As looked like Igor Barreto was going to look to the inside of Tull. Not quite. Almost got down there in that 84. He'll fall back in line and stay in the 3rd position. Down the front straightaway, approaching 195 miles an hour, going down into turn number 1. Barreto's going to look to the inside in that 84. And Tull's going to sling wide. Barreto's going to get on by to the 2nd position. Landon Smith Jr. following suit in that 30 car. Down the back straightaway. Barreto trying to eat away at Quentin Moore's lead. And how about this? Teammates side by side. Both the Hondas up there. Jordan Lopez getting together. Another going to the wall. Hard. Madison Tull. Jordan Lopez around. Oh, hard. Oh, my goodness. And Kayla's upside down. And more piling in. Holy cow. Casey Dean up and over. Roberto Crown Jr.'s in it. Logan Alexander, Declan Wellington Turner, Reagan Whitlock, John Andrews. The 82 of Brandon Yadal, the 18 Boston Jones. I believe that was the 31. Yes, it was Carter Joey. Ethan Farley in the 0 is in it. Joshua Harrison, defending winner. The front end badly damaged. Riley Snare in the 92. A big time accident coming out of turn number 4 to put us under caution here in the Stater Brothers 300. And surprisingly enough, they're going to come down onto the pit road. Remember, the pit run is 14 to 18 laps. So we'll see what happens here. Josephine O'Neill there on the pit road. Heavy damage on the 64. Freddie Adall, Derek Hamill still out there on the track. Coming around now, both smoking heavily. Quentin Moore is going to lead the field down into the pits. Will he be the first off? We'll see. He's dominated the early part of this race, led every lap so far. He's not looking to change that at all. Looks like it's going to be a fuel and tire stop for nearly everyone. Farley will come into his pit and fall out of the race. Quentin Moore, get the back tires on. Is he going to beat Barreto out? Just barely beats the 84 out. So Quentin Moore first off, followed by Barreto, Calhoun, Olsen, and Ruiz. That's the top 5. Aiden Macro, Vic Merlin, Justin Zidell, Daniel Bouchard, and Nick Martins, I think, is going to be the top 10. So we'll wait for Quentin Moore to catch up to Igor Barreto, and they'll catch up to the Chevy Camaro pace car. Headed off into turn 3, and there's Moore pulling in front of Igor Barreto. So an early caution. We did not have a caution in season number 1 here, but that was a huge accident coming out of turn number 4, taking several cars out of the race. It'll be 10 or more out of the race at least, so good grief. That's a bad way to start the race for a lot of guys who are still going to be on the track. Some will, some won't. Most won't. Those were some hard hits in that accident. So either one way or another, we may or may not have to worry about lap traffic. We'll just see what happens. But continuing to pace here under the first caution of the race here at the California Speedway in the Stater Brothers 300, let's go back and take a look at what happened to set it off. So watching coming through turns 3 and 4 rather, as Lopez is going to slip up into Landon Smith Jr., who's going to turn up into Tall and slam into the outside wall. Initially, it was just these three, but then the field coming behind. Remember, they're up at the front of the pack here. And there Lopez gets tipped. Zankala's got nowhere to go. Just runs right into the 08. And around hard from the 36. Upside down goes Zankala. And behind, Lopez is going to get slammed by Roberto Crown Jr. and the 01 of John Andrews. And up into the field goes Crown Jr. Takes out a load of more cars. Upside down goes the 27. Matt Tuck spinning around there. The 55 involved Logan Alexander. There's Declan Wellington Turner getting a piece. Zachary Fitzwater. Awesome dodge there on the inside. There's Ethan Farley. Reagan Whitlock. Carter Joey. Boston Jones. Casey Dean over. There's Josephine O'Neill. Brenny Udall, the 82. And Zankala comes to rest as Roberto Crown Jr. still rolling in that 27 car before he finally came to rest on his top on the Auto Club U. Let's take a look at another angle. So watch him come through 3 and 4 here. Lopez gets tipped there onto the outside. Hard into the wall they go. Zankala comes in, gets tipped there, and that ensues up front. And then behind, in comes more cars, and hard into Jordan Lopez they go. Some making it through, very few making it through, but some did, most didn't. And even more further ahead, there's Hamill. I wonder what happened here. It looked like it may have had to do with the Zankala deal. I have to take a look at what happened here. We'll take a look at one more angle to see what happened to this 36. So on full speed with Derek Hamill. He comes out of 4, bam, slams Zankala. He goes upside down and all the carnage unfolds behind. He's still in the grass. And is he going to get tipped? He's not going to get tipped by anyone. Just, I don't know what he was doing there. But it's just killed his 36 car. And he is definitely going to be out of the race now. Look at the smoke coming out of that car. We'll take a look at one more angle before we go get the green flag again. On board with Zachary Fitzwater as he comes down the bottom of 3 and 4 here. Looking right into the sun. And the trouble happens in front of him. He's going to get by on the inside here. Just as the big cluster comes in. Just gets slowed up in time to not run into the back of the 9 of Joshua Harrison and gets by down low. He just picked up a bunch of spots from those who are out of the race now. And Derek Hamill hitting the wall just barely dodges him. Plenty of gained spots there for Zachary Fitzwater. Anywho, the track is now clear and we are good to go. So let's head to the restart here at the Auto Club Speedway. And we're back with your live picture here at the California Speedway in Fontana, California. 20 laps to go. We made it to lap 8 before this first caution came out, and it was a massive pileup. Just got done showing the replays. It is Quentin Moore, who has led every single lap so far in this race. He still leads after the pit cycle. May or may not see another one before the end of this race. Pit run is 14 to 18 laps, and they pit on lap 8. So ideally they could make it to a maximum of lap 26. So I think we're going to see another one before the end of this race. So it's going to be Quentin Moore, Igor Barreto, Winnie Calhoun, Eric Olson, Timothy Ruiz, Aiden Macro, Vic Merlin, Justin Zidell, Daniel Bouchard, and Nick Martin's going to be the top 10 here, coming down for the restart of the Stater Brothers 300. Waiting for that pace car to come down on the pit road. There it goes. Quentin Moore is going to lead the field down to the green flag, waiting for that flag to fly. There's a lot of cars out of the race, but we are still going here at California Speedway. Green is back out. We are racing again here in the Stater Brothers 300. Off into one, a smooth restart for Quentin Moore. Igor Barreto staying in tow. Winnie Calhoun's going to get moved out of the way. Here comes Timothy Ruiz to the inside. I think the top might be better on the straightaways, though. And yes, Ruiz is going to lose a spot to Eric Olson, may even lose a spot to Aiden Macro with a huge slingshot to the inside in that 42. How about that move? Back onto the front stretch, checking in up front. It's the 88 and the 84 pulling away just a little bit over the 20 Winnie Calhoun. Quentin Moore, followed by Barreto, who's not quite going to make a move as the field scatters out wide behind. Aiden Macro slips up. Vic Merlin's going to look to the inside there, and that's Chimera Racing number 13. Taking the draft from the 7 of Daniel Bouchard. Not going to worry about draft now. Going into 3, I think Merlin may have been pushed in a little quicker than he wanted to go. Looked like he had to get out of the gas as he caught up to Macro there. Almost turned him around. Is now on to lap number 14. Barreto's going to look down low on Quentin Moore. Quentin Moore's led all the laps so far in this race. I think it might be someone else's turn. Down the back straightaway and off of turn number 2. Still side by side. Ruiz looking to make it a 3-car battle. He'll take that 95 to the inside. Into turn number 3. Barreto's going to pitch the 95 low. Still trying to make that inside work. Quentin Moore up by himself. Now is going to have some help down the front straightaway and the top. Obviously the fastest way around this racetrack on the front stretch. And Quentin Moore will hold on to the lead on to lap number 15. 1 lap away from halfway here in the Stater Brothers 300. Singled out for the first 7 positions there, make it 9. Before we get to here, side by side with Alex Watts and Vic Merlin. Nick Martin's going to look to the inside in that 22, 3 wide, going through turn 3 and 4. Like Watts is going to be the benefit from that. He'll pull away from the 22 and 13. Most everyone aligning on that outside line as up front for the race lead, Igor Barreto. And he might get it this time. Yes, he will. Quentin Moore sliding back big time. He went way wide through turn 2. And Igor Barreto is going to take the lead here at Auto Club Speedway. Timothy Ruiz is going to look to the inside of Quentin Moore now. Moore trying to stick on that outside line and reel in to the 84 once again. Migrating to that outside again, Quentin Moore going to have the big entry going into 1. He's going to try to do the slingshot, but Ruiz is still down there. And that was the first lap that anyone not named Quentin Moore has led in this race. That Igor Barreto just led. 14 laps to go. Obviously expecting potentially another pit cycle under green unless another caution comes out. It's going to have to happen. They can't get past lap 26 without having to pit. someone is going to have to play a strategy card here to overcut, undercut, come in the middle. What do you want to do? It's usually a mixed bag at a kind of track like this. As on the inside, Timothy Ruiz to the lead. Quentin Moore's going to take a look down low. He's going to try to get it back in that 88. He might have a shot into turn 3. He slides up a little bit on the apron. Logan Alexander, he's going to stay out of the way though. Out of turn 4, it's Team Ninja Rapids 95 to the front at Auto Club Speedway with 12 laps to go. A big lead for those two as Barreto falls back. He's side by side with Justin Zeidel. Barreto slides way wide through turns 1 and 2. And obviously this is not final. These positions right here are not what's going to carry us to the end of this race. I am 80% sure we're going to have another pit cycle unless they can make it to the end. And given that the window is 14 to 18 laps, I don't know how they could. We'll just have to see what happens in the wall behind. The 50 of Braden Perez scraping along the wall. He's going to slip back. And meanwhile, up front, battle for the race lead. Quentin Moore trying to make that outside work. And he's going to slip back a little bit. Ruiz will clear him once again. But Quentin Moore wisely staying on that outside. 10 laps to go. He's going to reel right back in behind the 95. And now battle for third. Where in the world did Dale Lightning... Oh, big trouble for Ruiz! Around and into the wall. He takes Barreto with him. Upside down. Big pile up out of turn number 2. Big wreck. Are you kidding me? Oh, and still more coming out on the outside. Matt Tuck, the 33. Daniel Bouchard in the 7. Braden Perez in the 50. William Brock. Reagan Whitlock. Something happened to the 95 of Timothy Ruiz. And just like that, we will enter the final pit cycle under yellow. So throw the strategy book out the window. Winnie Calhoun in the 20. Race 1 winner, Juan Rodriguez involved in the 73. And a guy who looked like he was going to challenge late in this race, Igor Barreto in the 84, involved. See the field angle down onto the pit road. This time, we'll have nothing else to worry about now. We can more than likely go green the rest of the way. Quentin Moore will lead the field down. Dale Lightning, second stall on pit road there from the entrance. Keith Kent in the 83's also got damage. Heavy damage on the front of that car. Be hard-pressed to find a single Trinity River Racing car that has not been in trouble in this race. I believe that's all 3 now, with Brenny Yadal having trouble earlier, with Keith Kent and Igor Barreto being involved in this one. I believe that's all 3 of them. And who's going to win the race off pit road? Quentin Moore, a bad stop. Dale Lightning wins the race off the pit road ahead of Alex Watts, Nick Martins, Justin Zeidel, Austin Jones, DJ Reed, Caleb Rose, and Quentin Moore will come out behind Rose. Looks like Logan Alexander stayed out on track, but we'd already seen him come down the pit road a couple times And he sits in 30th on the board right now. We'll see if he comes onto the pit road this time. It's not going to happen. So that's going to be another challenge these leaders are going to have to face here on this restart. Restarting in behind a lapped car. We'll have to see how this goes down in a little bit. Meantime, we're going to take a look back at the replay and see what happened to bring out the second caution here at Auto Club Speedway. So something happens to Timothy Ruiz here coming out of turn 2 as he tries to get back to the gas. Something clearly breaks on the 95. He just does not get going off the second turn, and nowhere for anyone to go behind. There's Igor Barreto running into him up the track. Aiden Macro gets by, but he's going to get tipped by Olsen there, the 78. He'll go around. Winnie Calhoun, nowhere to go. Pitches. Ruiz up in the air, and upside down he goes. There's Brock Kelly getting involved. Caleb Rose, Max Anderson gets a piece. And further in behind, here's Braden Perez, Jackson Harrison, Reagan Whitlock, who was involved in the earlier incident. Riley Snare, the 92, gets a piece there. And in behind, Matt Tuck in the 33, who was involved in the earlier incident, didn't get much damage. He's going to come here and run into the back of, I believe, Jackson Harrison. Right there. Very hard. And a lot of damage there to all of these cars. Let's take a look at another angle before we go back green flag racing. So centered on Ruiz again, traveling full speed there. He slows up, something happens, gets tipped by Barreto there, hard into the wall. Calhoun comes in, and just nowhere for anyone to go behind. And the massive pileup ensues. Track is completely blocked at this point. More cars coming in. Matt Tuck, absolutely nowhere to go, just plows into the back of that 12. And a few more cars are going to be out of this race and join the plethora of cars already behind the wall as a result of the earlier incident. Anyway, however, the track is clear and we are good to go, so let's head to the restart here at the California Speedway. We're back here at the California Speedway with your live picture, and hardly anyone is left. 19 cars still on the track. We've only had 2 cautions, but they have been massive. But it's set up this final 5-lap dash to the finish. Quentin Moore, the dominant car of the day, starting deep in the field on the restart due to a bad pit stop. It's Dale Lightning, Alex Watts, Nick Martins, Justin Zidell, Boston Jones, the top 5, and they can't get going because of Logan Alexander on the start. Dale Lightning will get to the inside as well as most others, and looks like they all will get to the inside now. Alexander stays on the top side, and that's going to cost Dale Lightning the lead, though. Justin Zidell to the lead. Nick Martin's going to fight back on the outside, though, and he's going to make it work. Ford 1, 2, 3 down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Buck Racing and 2 Arctic Racing cars, and Alex Watts is going to try to make that outside work. Around Dale Lightning he goes, and across to the inside of Zidell. What a drive by Alex Watts to try to get back up to the front here with 4 laps to go. He dives into turn 1 and gets to second. Now he's going to go for the lead on Nick Martins. Out of 2 down the back straightaway. Will he make the move? Let's see Quentin Moore get back up there in the 88. He's on a charge there down low and to the race lead. Alex Watts, is he going to make it work down low? Not quite off of turn number 4. They're still side by side down the front stretch. 3 laps to go in the Stater Brothers 300. Off into turn 1, I think Watts is going to have the advantage, and he will. Martin slips wide, Justin Zidell in behind the 00. His teammate Dale Lightning right there behind. DJ Reed, Quentin Moore in tow. Oh, Martin's going to cross to the inside of the 90. Zeidel's going to go wide in turn 3. Coming around for 2 laps to go this time. Zeidel will get it corrected and hold on to second, though, and be left to chase down Alex Watts, leading this race early. 2 to go in the Stater Brothers 300. Quentin Moore down the inside, going for 4th. Trying to charge his way back up. I think it may be too little too late. And where did he come from? Zachary Fitzwater. He managed to get through all the chaos, and he's there battling for a top 5 position. But it's all going on behind our leader, Alex Watts, who's coming around turn 3 and 4. He's on the low line. He's not coming down to the pit, is he? He's coming down to the pits on the white flag lap. Nick Martin's to the lead. 1 to go. Quentin Moore's right there. 1 more time around. Will Quentin Moore be able to get around the 22? Or is this Nick Martin's night? Zachary Fitzwater right there and behind. Quentin Moore down low. Side by side off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch for the final time. Will we see Fitzy make a 3-wide move? Or is it between these two? Fitzy's closing in. Moore down to the bottom. Nick Martin's up top. Side by side off of turn 4. Quentin Moore on the inside. The outside's not going to work. Quentin Moore win number 1 in the Scots National Series in the Stater Brothers 300 at Auto Club. He finally gets it done. Oh my goodness. A messy race to be sure, but Quentin Moore dominating and winning, getting back to the lead late and taking it on a last lap pass here in the Stater Brothers 300 and getting together behind Alex Kelly and Dale Lightning getting together. A little bit of disagreements there maybe. Or the drunk. Whatever it is. But Quentin Moore, he wins it here at California Speedway. The 3rd different winner here in 2021 of the Scots National Series. He joins Juan Rodriguez, who got his first, Joshua Harrison, who got his first, and the Season 1 veteran Quentin Moore now finally has his first after coming so close so many times. He wins the Stater Brothers 300 in a messy race here at Auto Club, no doubt about it. But he wins by exactly 1/10 over Nick Martins. Zachary Fitzwater there, 8 1/1000ths behind Martins in 3rd. Dale Lightning 4th. Vic Merlin 5th. Eric Olson, Max Anderson, Boston Jones, Landon Smith Jr., and Carter Joey round out the top 10, and only 15 cars finishing on the lead lap. Couple coming down on the pit road there, coming to the white flag. It was Alex Watts who came down from the lead and gives up the win late. Quentin Moore capitalized on that heartbreaker for Watts, but Ruby Motorsports will be back to contend for another victory. And it's clearly easier to tell you what cars were not involved in an incident in this race. So we had a couple massive pileups for the only 2 cautions of this race. Golly, they were big. It took out a lot of really good cars. One of them, Alex Watts' teammate, Ethan Farley, and Quentin Moore's teammate, Joshua Harrison, Daytona winner, got caught up in it as well. That first incident, I believe, was the one he was involved in. A lot of cars not finishing, but it was a thriller to the end, nonetheless. Congratulations to Quentin Moore. You are officially a Scots National Series winner. We'll take a look at your point standings, your driver standings, and your owner standings, and we'll wrap things up here at Auto Club. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Cabela's Cup Series race, and in a couple days for the CarQuest Indy Racing League race. And until then, Y'all have a good one.